It's the 1 from Edinburgh, London King's Cross. Sunday timetable.
9,300 people still have black and white licenses.
Really?
That's unbelievable. It's just not snooker fans, presumably.
Look at that, that looks divine. Ottolenghi, mushroom and walnut galette. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. I'm going to make that. I'm thinking lights or pom-poms. What do you think?
I haven't played for ages. You can't use any of this if there's wrong notes in it.
I love this song. I think to begin with, I was really scared that I would feel kind of useless. I was really scared that I would think, why do I exist? What's the point of me? Just to get up every morning and sit around. What's the point? And then I thought, well, my own children need me now and again, so I'm kind of useful like that, and my mum needs me. But it wasn't enough really, kind of yet. So that's why I'm doing my voluntary work. And that means that when I'm having fun, not like we've had the last few days and slobbing about doing nothing on the other days or going out, socialising, I don't feel as guilty because I've done helpful things on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
It's more like really thick
Fine.
yogurt, isn't it?
It's divine. Oh, it's really lemony, it's lovely.
Shakespeare said there were 3 parts to your life, and there are. I can't remember what they were, but what were the 3 parts to your life that Shakespeare said?
The punchline is you end up like you started.
Yeah, look, that's more entertaining. Oh dear. Oh dear, what happened there?
It's a beginning to a new life without stress, doing what you want when you want, helping out kids more because you've got the time to do those things that you want to do. It's excellent. I don't know why people take so long to get used to it. It's like being a student again, only with money. I mean, I'm probably not really officially retired, but I am a bit. That sounds a bit embarrassing to be 53 and retired.
there's no conflict. So for me, that's the gift I've given me, you know. All our life, Tim has travelled on his own and I've held the family together and done all the things over here. So if I took on another teaching job, when Grace leaves, instead of me looking after lovely children, I'd be looking after 2 red setters.
Oh yes, absolutely marvellous. Can't wait for Christmas.
Tim struggled a little bit to settle into his new life in Hackney, because often the things he might do that would help him settle, like going to open mic nights and things, if he's doing them on his own, it's not very nice. So if next year I might go down as well, we might have a shared life down there and a shared life up here. If I'd taken on loads of teaching commitments, I couldn't do that.
I don't know. I mean, I'll always want to do something. I'll always want to do something creative, or buy a car, or go on holiday, or that's retiring, isn't it? I don't know really. I think with music you don't ever really retire because you can always piddle around and do a little bit of something, can't you? Am I doing WAVs or AFEs? I don't know anymore. Barely keeping up with it. How did you feel your first performance went?
Well, I didn't make any mistakes. I don't think so. And being a head teacher, I had over 300 adults working for me and over 1,400 children and a budget of millions. And I was in charge of all that, and it's when you think about it, that's quite frightening. Not having that, being utterly responsible, the main person in charge, and being accountable for anything that goes wrong, and Ofsted constantly judging all the time. That being taken away from me is the best feeling in all the world. He thinks we've earned the right to have 3 days to do whatever we want because we've worked hard all our lives. So he just thinks it's okay to get up and just do whatever you fancy or do nothing, or, you know. And he's so happy just pottering about the house and gardening and going for walks, and that's enough for him at the moment. I mean, it might not be in a year or two, but
Because I didn't have a gap year, and I didn't.
No.
I went straight to university, and I went straight into work, and I worked constantly, apart from a few weeks holiday each year, from 21 or 2 till now.
yeah.
So I just want some time off, and no one telling me what to do, and it's nice. I was kind of surprised when people said, "Oh, how are you going to cope with retirement?"
Yeah.
As if it was like some great responsibility. But I think some people don't know what to do with themselves when they've got no structure or pressure on them.
Stan, if in a year or 2 years nothing's come along that you fancy doing or no one wants you and you don't get any work, you can't enjoy your shed forever.
It's quite substantial, isn't it? I don't think so. Rachel thinks it's not going to be big enough. It's going to be a sauna.
To do with the garden and camping and outdoors, and seedlings from the garden. And it's just loose and it's in 2 parts. I might have it like corner. I can play around.
Yeah, so it's adaptable.
Adaptable, yeah.
And was there talk of a wood burning stove in here?
Like an old workman's shed with a coal thing in the corner.
Yeah. Now you've reached retirement and everything, was the shed something that you'd hankered for? Was it one of the goals for retirement to have your own shed? Because you've not had your own shed before, have you?
Never. It was on my bucket list.
How does it feel now you've got one? Is it a tick in a box? Is it a...
Yeah, it's a big tick in the box.
This is a black, this is more a blue black, isn't it?
It's grey, dark grey blue.
Yeah.
But your black sheds is a classic. Yeah.
Currently, I've got some coriander seeds drying. They're dry now. I've got broad bean seeds ready to plant in the spring. And I've got runner bean seeds that are ready to go.
Yeah, I have too.
Yes, we've both got those. You don't want to darken the room, you want to accentuate the light that's coming in, so you want something quite reflective. You could mirror it. You could have a little disco in here at Christmas.
I've got no decorative
extensions.
I mean, we can't really judge you on that because it's only just been erected.
Yeah, I'll have to think about something even more original.
You're eating all your onions?
Yeah. They're brilliant, actually. They're really hard.
Today is Wednesday. This time last week I was covering overdoses on the paediatric ward, hanging around waiting to see kids that had tried to harm themselves or kill themselves. Today I'm stood in the sunshine on Mort Point. Just be out here and look. Not a bad life, is it? To be honest.
Don't put so much in it splurges out though, will you?
No,
Because
we've
that will
got a
just
bit
spoil
of
my
an
cupboard.
issue going on here. It's a bit.
And you mustn't put glue on my surface.
You can't use this for at least the next 3 hours.
Okay. Check out this. Is the world ready for the vagina dress?
What is that?
That is you. Oh my god, look at these ones! They're terrible!
I thought that I would retire when I got to, I don't know, 50, maybe 52, 53. Then I realised that you can never retire if you're a songwriter, because that's what you do, and you go mad if you didn't do it. No, I wouldn't just write for the sake of it, though. I'd always write for a project or someone who I wanted to write with or for. It has to have an end focus. There has to be a reason for it, rather than just for my own enjoyment. That's the challenge, I suppose, isn't it?
So if I'm like I am now, nothing's too much trouble. But in the past, it's not worked very well when I also have a big job. So I enjoy doing all that, being his personal shopper and telling him where to go to eat with people, and you should do this, you should say this. But you need to have quite a lot of room in your life to be able to do it, you know. I mean, when Grandma Pat had that first quite bad fall, Rach was working full time, and it was fine. I was around, so you know we could look after her, and it was all right. But things like that would have been really difficult if Tim had been in London, Rach and Stan working full time, and I was working as well. So I've sort of just made a choice that I'm very happy with. Is that okay like that? Yeah. That was a bit too hesitant. I mean, there are tricky issues like this to resolve.
These are samples of our granite work surfaces for our new kitchen.
Is that a retirement present to yourselves, having the new kitchen?
It is, yes.
Cool. When we first had granite at Trinity Parsonage, we had something a bit similar to that.
Yeah, I think it is.
And en masse, it looked very busy.
What they do let you do though is go up to the place and choose which huge sheet you want the cup made from.
Yeah.
Because I don't want any kind of big veins or
Well,
sweeps.
that's what you get with that, I think.
Well, you might want it.
It's like a close-up of someone's lung or something.
That's Ruth Bouquet, one of them. One's ripples. Can't really be sad waking up to this, can you? You don't stress the little stuff. You don't have the money stresses that you have when you're younger. And you know what leisure time is.
we're very, very lucky, I think, and we shouldn't forget it, that we both have good work pensions,
Yeah.
professional pensions.
Yeah.
So we're very
So
lucky
we
to be
can
able
live
to.
without working now.
Yeah, I mean, most people wouldn't be considering retiring at our age yet, would they?
No.
We've been retired, how long? About 8 months now.
Yeah.
I haven't read a book in 8 months, which I kind of feel guilty
Well,
about.
I've read loads.
We've read loads.
Absolutely
I've read a lot of The Guardian.
Yeah.
We still want to do things. We're still creative people. We still want to
Yeah.
help and put back things into society. But now we've got the
Got
choice,
choice.
flexibility.
That's it, that is
we can
lovely.
manage our own time.
I mean, this one's great, and the nipple's in the right place. This one, I mean, it's just, these things matter.
And we
That's
can
a
change
very-
our priorities
Yeah.
whenever we need to.
That's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah, and I found that incredibly liberating. It was a huge
Yeah.
weight off my mind.
That is a really, really, really good way
to
of putting
think,
it.
Now I
Yeah.
can choose when to go to help my daughter, or when to volunteer, or when we need to get fit and go for a walk. We can look after ourselves better, and then look after other people better. These things, they're incredibly useful. You get them from IKEA or Lakeland. You can keep everything fresh with a clip like that.